Wanting to be successful is not wrong. It's when we have this strong drive to be so successful that it almost takes us outside of who we are, outside of ourselves, that we get so outward fixed in how it's meant to look and how it's meant to be, because we believe that it's going to make us look like a better human being. Hi, I'm Rupda, and I'd like to talk about this constant need for success that we see in the world today, that you might know in yourself or those that you love. And I just want to say that wanting to be successful is not wrong. It's when we have this strong drive to be so successful that it almost takes us outside of who we are, outside of ourselves, that we get so outward fixed in how it's meant to look and how it's meant to be, because we believe that it's going to make us look like a better human being or more value. And what I'd like to suggest to you, especially if you're one of these people, is to consider this. Can I be successful and still be of value, regardless of the outcome of that success? And this is really important to get, because when we make it so outward focused, we can lose ourselves. And when we start to lose ourselves, we start to not recognize who we are. And then we start to feel numb inside, disconnected. Not only disconnected from ourselves, disconnected from people we love. When I'm working with top CEOs or founders or entrepreneurs, they have the success, they have the big bank accounts, the big houses, and they can't make a deeper connection of joy with their children or their partner or people around them. They can't slow down. They can't be with themselves. They can't feel themselves. And if you can't feel yourself, you can't feel fulfillment. So then you're constantly chasing this drive for success, out, and it's never ending. And it will push you to your last breath. Will you feel that you've actually experienced life and enjoy life and slow down and your body can actually rest? Rest so much so that you feel relaxed? On that level of drive, it's going to be impossible, because you're in overdrive, and eventually you're going to burn out, or your body will create a symptom that forces you to slow down or stop. So this constant need for success can actually be detrimental to your mental health, your emotional health, as well as your, of course, physical health. Finding ways to be able to enjoy the journey of wanting success and still staying connected to who you are and how you feel is true success. It's a much bigger framework of success, because you didn't lose yourself and abandon yourself for something out there, almost like you're chasing a carrot. And why do we do that? We do that because we believe in when we're going to have that, we're going to be this more valued person, more seen, more recognized. And if you look a little bit deeper on that topic, you'll come to realize, probably somewhere early on in your life, that you have the wounding of not feeling seen or recognized or valued. And that's a big, big telltale sign to watch for. Because if that's running through you, you will always chase outside. When you start to do inner work, when you start to recognize this inside of you, you will start to see that the inner work and the outer work of what you're doing and how you're feeling and who you are as a human being, when they start to come in alignment together, that's when you start to feel fulfilled. That's when you start to feel the success is not outer only success, it's also inner success. That's true balance, that's true harmony, that's true success. And that's ultimately what we all want, to feel that we can create the prosperity on the outside as well as prosperity on the inside. So if this resonates with you and you can kind of understand yourself in this, even on a smaller level or maybe on a bigger level, then I would highly recommend to slow down enough to look at the kind of lifestyle and the drive that you have, and start to do a little bit of self-inquiry of, where am I abandoning myself? Where am I disconnecting from myself? So that you can start to find ways to reconnect to yourself and notice what's going on here. how can I start to feel myself again? Not only feel the joy inside, but feel the feeling of success, that I'm actually enjoying the success. That will help you to feel the fulfillment. So see if this resonates with you, and if it does, take the time. Really do it. And if you're someone who is, far away from yourself right now, this will help you come back closer to yourself. Even a walk in nature and journaling, or just reflecting or meditating, and start to get to know yourself. And this will really, really support you in having both these internal states, the external and the internal, in harmony and in balance, because that's what we all want. So if you like this video, please share, please like, and maybe I see you again. Thank you for watching.